Okay.
Morning.
Good morning.
What's going on? It's live, baby. We about to get it in. Miss my brother, man.
Word.
What's good?
My guy. Chilling.
You already know, man. It's Deion Dawkins, and you listening to the Real Deal Sports Show on the Beat 105.5.
Yes, you are. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another hour of Real Deal Sports Show, where we talk sports of all sorts for the next hour. Coming to your speakers right here at WLGZ HD2, the Beat 105.5. We have J-GILLZ in the house, and we also have welcome back Fanatic. Fanatic, good morning. Welcome back to Real Deal Sports Show.
Hey, man. Good morning. It's definitely been a little bit, man, with the travels, doing the LSU thing, man. But it's glad to be back at home with the family here. What up, J-GILLZ? What up, Rad, man? What up, Backspin, man? Lots of things have been coming up and down, left and right. Sports of all sorts, Rad, man. You ain't never lied. I'm ready to get it in, man, especially NBA talk. Ready to get it in with our top 5 NBA players. But we ready, Rad, man. What's happening with y'all?
What's happening with us real quick on a local note, keep East High School. I don't get into politics too often, but damn, if it's not broke, don't fix it. School, what's wrong? Y'all got rocks in your heads? The city school district board and Carmen Paluso? What you got rocks up in your head?
Rabbit, lay it out.
Doing great.
Rabbit, lay it out. What's going on? I'm in Louisiana. I don't know what's up.
The city school district trying to take back East High School, because East High School was doing so bad and so poorly several years ago. They allowed U of R offered to say, hey, let us step in and let us educate the kids and let us run East High School. So they've been paying the U of R to run East High School. And guess what? The graduation rate is almost up to 92%. I mean, they showed progress as soon as they got there. The first year it started getting better, and now it's really well. It's doing great. So that is one of our best schools besides School of the Arts for graduation and higher education. So, hey, I know money's tight down there on West Broad Street, 131 West Broad Street. Y'all scrapping for dollars because y'all blew an awful lot of money in the last 20 years with some of those bogus superintendents you had. And who was the lady that was the bookkeeper? Y'all didn't even know the money was missing until 5 years later. With Burgos and all of those cats up there botching up money, and now y'all money getting tight. Now they're trying to take East High School back. Oh, come on, man. Cynthia Elliott, all of y'all on the school board, y'all need to be ashamed of yourselves and realize, man, if it's not broke, don't fix it. It's just a money grab. Y'all want that money back. That's all. It's simple to it, because the school, it's a no-brainer. They doing great. The kids are graduating. They're going to LSU. They're going to all schools that they want. The athletic programs are great, doing well. Everything is flourishing at East High School. So why would you like to make a change? Right, J-GILLZ?
Oh, absolutely. When I read that, I said, oh, my God, I can't believe they're trying to, they'll do anything for $1 right here up in Rochester, New York. You talk about the kids and the state of the school and, the impact that U of R has had. It is the University of Rochester. All of our tax dollars are going there anyways. So I think that'll be great for them to continue to do what they've been doing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So just keep it going. Let it roll. Keep East High School. And while we at it, we give it to the Buffalo 10. We dedicate to the Buffalo 10 every week. Every week we salute the Buffalo 10. We salute you in your honor of what went down over there at Top Supermarket on May 14th, 2022, that dastardly act. The guy is now up for the death penalty. Well, let him sweat and let him see this guy get what's coming to him, because that was, that was a dastardly act, guys. And second of all, I'm going to move right into saluting, dedicating the show to Walt Williams, former basketball coach at Madison. And he not only was a basketball coach, he was a parent, working with the kids, working with I was trying to get him on this show through his ex-wife Gwen, who I work with as well, who I know, and we were trying to get him on the show about a year or so ago, And I was working with some of his daughters too to get him on Real Deal Sports Show. We were unable to get Mr. Walt Williams on, but he passed last week. Today is his services. He was the first black head coach to win Section AAA championship back in the 80s, 70s, and 80s time period. The first black head coach to win that. His son won it for coached Aquinas back in the early 90s and won a championship as well. His son Mel Williams. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the Walt Williams family, and hopefully we'll have the phone lines open later on in the show, and people can call in to talk about that. What Walt Williams meant to the Rochester community, because he meant an awful lot to an awful lot of people here, guys. People have been talking about this for all week long. I've been hearing about Mr. Walt Williams and all the good things he did for the community, because he not only was a head coach at Madison, but he was a parent, he was a father figure to those young boys, and helped. And all of those guys are doing great in their own life as well, guys. So we salute you, we honor you. Thank you, Mr. Walt Williams, for making Rochester, New York, a much better place to live. Heck
yeah! Hey, anytime, man. And I love that we always do this segment, and you guys have been doing a great job, man, since I've been out. So shout out to the Real Deal Sports Show family, loving the comments, man. Keep our subscriptions continue to grow. Please make sure to like, comment, hit the like button. Doesn't mean anything to you. Hey, my wife yells at me, tells me my favorite 4-letter word should be love. And I trust and believe I do love love. My favorite 4-letter word is free, baby. If it's free, it's for me. Hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to us, man. It means a lot to us. Tell a friend to tell a friend. This is the people's show. We are here just expounding on the words of the people in the community of Rochester. Rochester, a great place to live.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely. Subscribe and like to the show, the whole 9 yards. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We definitely need that. And we get into our NFL action from last week. I've had to put the shirt back on again, guys, from last week. This is from 2020. This is not a brand new shirt, y'all. This is from the 2019 season, the 2020 Super Bowl in Miami, Florida. And I picked this game. I told you to take the Chiefs. People were looking at me sideways, talking about Ravens this, Ravens that. I said, take the 4.5 points. You're gonna be safe. But Kansas City don't win it, they're gonna cover the 4.5. They didn't even need a half a point. They beat the brakes off of the Ravens last weekend. And then the Detroit minus the 6, plus 6.5 or 7.5 last week.
Yep,
easy money, guys. Easy money. Last week the Lions should have won that game. They were up 17-7. Come on, Dan Campbell, kick the field goal, Dan. You ain't out here this ain't WWE. You ain't out here to beat nobody up and power slam somebody through some tables. Man, don't go. You ain't got to go for it on 4th down. Kick the field goal, put the points on the board, and win the football game.
Hey, come on. Hey, my man Dan Campbell biting kneecaps. I will say, I've never heard 2 worse press conferences in the history of press conferences in my lifetime than Dan Campbell and Nick Sirianni's. Oh, God. If you ever hear 5 minutes of those just sound horrible. But you got to, the proof is in the pudding. Dan Campbell has really galvanized that community, that team. But really, what I really realized, Dan Campbell has a really great staff. He has a ton of former ex-players. If you look on his staff, Antoine Randall, Aaron Glenn, a bunch of cats who are really good in the league, and who were people who were longtime vets. And he has people that he may talk crazy, but we all been at jobs, been in school in position where you're like, yo, your man, whose man's is this? Oh, yeah, this is my man. He talk a little crazy, but let me articulate what he really trying to say. And sometimes you need that middleman, especially when it comes to communicating. So shout out to the Detroit Lions. What up, though, to all my family in the 313 Detroit versus everybody. Hey, I was hoping for a Bills-Lions Super Bowl maybe next year, man. But going forward, Dan Campbell, that is how they got there. They always play to win. New England, in the heyday in my lifetime, they always would watch teams self-implode. And that's how New England, when they won a lot of games, they would just play the ball and just do what they would do and wait for the team to self-destruct, and it usually worked. Detroit's the opposite. They gonna make sure, like you said, they coming off the top rope with the elbow dropped and put the finishing move on them, whether it's in the first minute or it's in the last minute of it. So Detroit today, you got to kick a field goal every now and then, But man, I love the way that they went to it. And Josh Reynolds playing with golf since the Rams days, man. Come on, it just that I understand what Dan was trying to do. And if you watch Detroit like I did, because my team New England was horrible to watch, I watched all the Lions games for the last 2 years. That's who they've been, and that's who they are, and I respect it. And they just he got to do. We all got to get better and tweak and morph a little bit to get better each and every year. The Lions will be back. Everybody's coming back. The real head of that snake, that staff is going to come back. Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, the defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, they're going to be back next year, and Detroit's going to be live.
How many job offers is Ben Johnson going to continue to get if he keeps turning them down? Because teams were waiting for him after Detroit was eliminated. I think that's what really put Washington Commanders in a bind. I think they really wanted to hire him. I mean, is he going to keep getting offers, or is he going to say, "Man, come on, man, we just going to somebody"? Because it's obvious he doesn't want to be a head coach.
No, that's not true. I know, because especially when you read the local papers there, he wants to be a head coach, but he wants to find the right fit. And I like that. To me, the NFL, I realize more and more it's about the staff, but it's really about the right fit. Folks outside, please hear this too. This is real life. Brad, man, J-GILLZ, back when we all know it's about the right fit. You can have a good job, a good salary, but if it's in a position where you can't grow, there's no upward mobility. You know, there's a lot of tumultuous people below you who aren't going to be there to see you be successful. That's what Ben Johnson's looking for. Who would want the Washington Commanders job? That's not a good job, man. That team has been overrated. Still, Chase Young, he get to go to the Super Bowl. Great press conference. J-GILLZ, I know you probably love it. He talking God and Jesus, and I love God and Jesus too. The dude can't really play. When we gonna start stating? Where my man with the do-rag? Who was that? Was that Deron Payne after he was going off? That might have been Deron Payne, but that was such a classic moment this year for interviews. That Washington defense is so overrated. Kevin Blackerstone, shout out to him from the Washington Post. He said it best. They can't cover themselves in bed. We can get out there and score 14 points on that grown man defense, because to me, Washington, they don't have a ton of options. Terry McLaurin is really good. That's about it. So, to me, Ben Johnson, he's going to keep getting jobs, because guess what? Detroit's going to be good again next year, even with a first-place schedule. Them, Green Bay, the NFC is going to be still weak. Detroit's going to be live. I feel good about them, and Ben Johnson should continue to get head coaching consideration, because he really is the young innovator that's outside of the McVay, that whole LaFleur coaching tree that they all came from.
Okay, what about Eric Bieniemy? He's still another good offensive coordinator. They said the offensive coordinator's been getting a lot. Now all of a sudden, the pendulum done shifted. Defensive coordinators are getting hired this season. What happened? What do you think? What's going on with Eric Bieniemy? Do you think?
Just to that Ben Johnson point, I think that if any year, it's going to be next year, because he didn't get that extension as well. So he'll be a free agent in the following year, I believe. So that's going to also play a role. Possibly he'll re-sign with Detroit. But I think that with his contract being running up, I think that next year will definitely be his year in another loaded class with Mike Vrabel, Bill Belichick, and we're going to get into that another day. But when it comes to the Eric Bieniemys of the world, it's not that many offensive coordinator jobs right now that's available. Most of these jobs have already gotten filled. Most of these head coaching opportunities, a lot of these offensive coordinator positions have already gotten filled. To me, I think that he would have been a great fit to take over some of these teams who didn't make any changes, like the Chicago Bears, a team like that, possibly. But I think his best shot could have went to the Eagles. Just similarly how Kellen Moore went there. They needed an experienced coordinator, but he might be one of those coaches. This is one of those years where it's a lot of great guys who's just not getting jobs. I already mentioned Pete Carroll, Bill Belichick, Mike Vrabel. The list goes on, but there's still a hope and opportunity. I just saw Leslie Frazier just get picked up.
That's how I want to go to Radman. That's a big one.
Who did my man get picked up by? Radman been busy preparing for Vegas, man. Who picked him up?
It's Seattle. Seattle hired him as an assistant head coach. And Radman, I want to flip that to you, Jake. That's why you my brother, man. That's exactly where I wanted to go. I love what Seattle's building, because really we all talk about the offensive game. Everybody wants to get that young quarterback, which is right. I look at it in New England. Gerard Mayo, I want to see who he's building this staff. We got a DC, but still no offensive coordinator. I love what Seattle's doing with the Legion of Boom. Pete Carroll helping to be the architect. Mike McDonald, great defensive coordinator from the Ravens this year. The head coach, his first hire, he didn't waste no time. Leslie Frazier, Buffalo Bills fan. You're going to miss him.
Yep.
Leslie Frazier's assistant head coach hired him late last night to go to Seattle. Rad, man, what you think about that move? Leslie Frazier joining the Pacific Northwest Seattle Seahawks with that young defense and Mike McDonald.
And similar to what the work Leslie Frazier had done in Buffalo, we see that we miss him very much in Western New York. He was assistant head coach in Buffalo, and like people were telling me behind the scenes, they were saying he really was the head coach. All his duties, the duties that Leslie Frazier had with the Buffalo Bills was really the same duties that a head coach would have. And you see how Sean McDermott has been faltering as the head coach of officially the defensive coordinator and head coach of the Buffalo Bills. Leslie Frazier, that's going to be a great hire by Seattle. And man, they're going to get that defense right because McDonald, Pete Carroll, Leslie Frazier are from the same school. Those guys know. I bet Pete Carroll said, "Hey man, you need somebody. You better get Leslie Frazier out here, man. He's available. I bet. Let's see if he'll come out here and help stabilize because their defense needs to be stabilized. They need to get formatted and get that lead. And him between all those defensive guys in the building, I think that defense. Oh man, that could be a hell of a defense next year. And any luck at the quarterback with Geno playing well, playing like he played 2 years ago and not injury prone. Make some plays on the offense. They got that was the steal. The draft man. They already had 5 guys from that trade for Russell Wilson deal that's already playing and benefit. Now they still got more draft picks coming this year. Watch out for Seattle next year. Seattle can definitely get back into the race and get back. And they almost made the playoffs again this year. But watch out for them. Great hire with Leslie Frazier. Glad to see Leslie Frazier back. And we hope to see him at the Fritz Pollard Alliance Johnny Cochran Salute to Excellence Awards coming up in Las Vegas. Hopefully he might not have time because everybody's out at the Senior Bowl, wrapping up at the Senior Bowl, watching all the players out there. People looking for the next Deebo Samuels and the whole 9 yards out there at the Senior Bowl. So we'll see. I might catch some of that game later today and see just who some of these guys are that are out there participating all week long. Because really the practices is more important than the game. They want to see these guys work with them in a professional football manner and see how these guys are going to go. So, hey, we'll see how it goes. Leslie Frazier, we're going to keep an eye on you and hopefully get you back on the show next season. Yes.
I know, Rabbit, that's your main man. I know we got to get to our guests, but I do want to say it. I love because McVay, his first hire, when he got hired, it was an old school cat. His name was Wade Phillips. Buffalo Bills fans, we should be familiar with the name Wade Phillips. He was a head coach back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And I love that. You need if you're going to go young, you need a veteran. You need a mentor to somebody to show you the game who's not going to threaten you for your job. Like he may come behind your back. I love that for McDonald, having a veteran coach who knows the game, played the game. Leslie Frazier, I love that hire. Brad, man, I know we got to get to our guests. We got to pay some bills too. What do we think about Stephon Diggs? Again, the contract now is on the national scale. Radman, I think you had some thoughts earlier. J-GILLZ, what do we think is what's going to happen with Stephon Diggs this upcoming season?
I mean, I would love to see him restructure his contract. That's a huge cap hit for a team that's going to be quite cap strapped moving forward. You know, they're already, I believe, $50 million over the cap. You know, they got some moves to make. A lot of impending free agents, a lot of key guys. Leonard Floyd, one of them. So there's a couple pieces that they're going to want to re-sign. But I would love to see that cap number get restructured. They could also go the route of cutting him with an $8 million dead cap, which also isn't bad. You know, you're saving $19 million on the books, and I think that'll go. I think that'll pay dividends. But what are you going to do? Use that money to get a guy like a T. Higgins, get a guy like Mike Evans. You know, you have your first round pick. You can draft a young guy. So it's a lot of things that they had to do. I would like to see him on the roster to continue to bluster those shining bright spots on those offensive pieces. Osiris Torrance on the offensive line. Khalil Shakir, the young second round receiver, been shifty in the slot this season, and of course Dalton Kincaid, the main piece. So I think that adding that veteran presence in Stephon at a decent number, while also getting another guy, whether it's drafting one of those 6'4" guys. I know LSU got one coming out the draft. Just get some size
Jr., baby.
Absolutely, and I think that'll be a great piece for them. So when it comes to Stephon Diggs, there's multiple ways to go. I would like to see him on the roster just for that continuity factor. But if they did let him go, I think that would be a good cap savings.
Great cap. You said $19 million. Man, get him out of here, man. Get him out of here. Cut him right now. I'll cut him while he's at the Pro Bowl. But, hey, you got to wait till June 1st or whenever the new business year starts, March 1st. By June 1st, cut this guy, save you $19 million. Bring up Tyrell Shavers. I thought Tyrell Shavers from the practice squad, a tall receiver. He played great in the preseason. He with the team all season. I thought he should have got a shot over Andy Isabella in the playoff down the stretch there. They didn't bring Shavers up. Draft you a wide receiver as well. Bring you some more guys in. Look what the Packers have done. They brought 3 young receivers together. You're going to have bumps in the road like they had with Christian Rotz in the first year. In the second year, these guys are now, second, third year, these guys are playing well together. Josh Allen, to me, looked way more comfortable throwing the ball to everybody instead of focusing on Diggs. It's time. Diggs was good. He worked. And that's what I loved about Bill Belichick. He got rid of guys when they were still in their semi-prime. He got rid of them and brought other guys in to replace them. Say, hey, man, your job ain't always with this team, man. I'm not going to – and he never overpaid those guys up in New England. No, man, you got to go, man. It's time. And Diggs, he overstayed his welcome. He should be let go and use if not Shavers, get guys in the draft and save you $19 million. Yeah, it's going to hit you $8 million on the cap hit for this season. But, man, get rid of Diggs and come on. It's time to move on, guys. Get you some other younger. Bills got to get younger. They got too many old guys out there. That Von Miller deal, that was a horrible deal right there. I don't know. Why would you pay that guy that kind of money at the age of 32 years old? Now he's 34 years old, bad knees. He had another knee operation. He gave you absolutely nothing this past season. I mean, nothing. This guy didn't give you anything this season, but he went and took home what, 6 to 12 million, some ridiculous amount of money, 14 million, or took it back out to Dallas area, spending it in the Texas economy, not even spending all the money up in this marketplace. So no, man, they made some bad decisions. Now that the chickens are coming home to roost, the Bills got to cut salary, get rid of Diggs, and let's make it happen. And we broadcasting live from the Rock Palm Broker Studios, y'all. I hope everybody know that. We broadcast live every week from the Rock Palm Broker Studio. Rock Palm Brokers, 559 State Street, 585-262-9920. Check them out. Valentine's Day is now right around the corner. Get your significant other some fine jewelry over there at Rock Palm Brokers. Yes, indeed, guys. And we got a guest coming up now. We're going to bring in our high school guest there. And we're going to bring in Marquand Grimes from Edison Tech High School, a student athlete. Welcome back to the show, Marquand. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you for having me. I'm doing great this morning.
Yeah, you had a good season during the football season. How was the overall season for you?
The overall season for me, it was better than what I expected from last year. I've been working hard, been training with Coach DJ, Coach Morales. They've been having me in the weight room doing some explosive drills. It's all been paid off. Like I've been seeing the ball way more. And Coach Morales over there, he was doing a great job with me putting me in positions for me to make plays and be successful.
Great. And what was your position once again?
I played receiver and DB. In the beginning of the season, I played a little bit of quarterback because our quarterback, he went to Florida. So I had to play a little bit of quarterback. And then he came back, so I switched over to DB and receiver.
Okay. And how's the recruitment process going for the next level? Because you're an honor roll student over at Edison Tech. How's the recruitment process going?
So let me tell you this. So I went to a New York State elite camp, right?
Yes.
And I went there and I was balling. And then I came back like a week later. I got offered by Mansville. And then like ever since then, I just been getting like emails like every 2 days, every week. I think the recent email was SUNY Cortland, who just came off a national championship run. Oh, wow. But it's just been a lot of emails, a lot of visit dates coming up. So that's how recruiting going. I'm kind of seeing like how the big stars do it, them 5 stars and 4 stars, what they kind of be going through, getting emails about like every day. So I'm thankful for it.
And, you just highlighted that. What's your approach to, dealing with the school, the studies, the athlete, being an athlete, the emails? How do you handle all of these things?
So the way I handle it is I look at the positive in it. Like, when you not every athlete got a school interested in them, but when a school contacts you, that should tell you something about yourself, about your character, about your work ethic. So I'm always looking at the positive. And when I get an email, I don't never leave an email on red. I don't never just leave it in my email. I always reply back. And then I also look at it as an opportunity just to go to college. You know, a lot of people can't say that they went and played college football, Division III, Division II, Division I. So, you know, I'm always looking for an opportunity to go to college, get a bachelor's, get a master's, and just do something with my life.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. And when it comes to college, what's the mindset of you know, what are some of the key things that you're trying to get out of school? You highlighted several, you know, getting your degree, playing sports, you know. Is there anything else that is sparking that good collegiate interest that you want to share with the youth?
Probably, well, I just highlighted getting, you know, your education, but besides that, you know, probably just networking and you know, trying to see different opportunities you can get outside of the opportunity you're trying to get with your master's and your bachelor's, but probably networking and, you know, meeting new people.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
You got the right. You got your head on right, man.
I was just gonna say that. I love that,
Appreciate
man. I
it.
love that. And now you coming directly in my wheelhouse because I work on the higher educational side here at LSU. And so I know nationally, 65% of students across America said the hardest thing that they do in high school is not a calculus test, not asking somebody to prom. It's applying to colleges.
Wow.
So talk to me through it. And I know your journey is a little bit different with the athletic side to it, but just talk to me. And you kind of mentioned it earlier, but just how are you feeling? What emotions? Is it exciting? Is it nerve-wracking? Like, what's the emotions as you going through this process from when you started this process to where you are today?
I just feel blessed. It's actually, so if you go back 10 years ago and you was to meet me and you would tell me that I'll be a big football star or whatever it may be, I wouldn't believe you. Back in like 10 years ago, I did not like football. Like every time when they went out for recess, I didn't want to play. I was on the monkey bars, but my my brother had took me to the park one time and then he just spent the whole day with me, teaching me how to throw the ball, teaching me how to tackle and all that. And then we went home and he turned on, like it was a game versus the Broncos versus the Patriots. I'm a Patriots fan too.
Hey, see, smart man, you get no wonder you going to college. That's a smart man right there.
So it was the Broncos versus Patriots, Peyton versus Tom Brady. And then my brother was a Patriots fan, so you know it kind of like passed on. So I was like, I wouldn't be a Patriots fan. But what really made me fall in love with the game was when Tom Brady came back 28-3 versus Atlanta. And I was like, oh, I want to do something like that one day. So ever since then, I was a quarterback, and then I found my love at receiver and DB. So you know, coming from I really don't like this game to being, you know, the star athlete of the school or wherever you want to call me. It's really like an honor and a true blessing. You know, that's all I gotta say. I'm just thankful.
That's dope. So then talk to us just with that transition, like again, that's a perfect. I love that story, spending time, that mentorship, big brother kind of putting you on that. And I hear New England, Denver, man, that used to be Tom Brady's house of horrors having to play at Denver, man. But as you kind of see yourself morphing, where do you see yourself going? And you just gave us your 10-year glimpse. Where do you see yourself going in the next 10 years? And just to clarify for our audience, what year are you in high school currently?
I'm class of 2025. I'm a junior. I got one more year left.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. So as you kind of see transpire, let's just say, forget 10 years, the next 5 years. So that includes your senior year and the next 4 years. Who do you see that you're looking to be? Where are you looking to grow? What connection, like you said, are you looking to make? Just in 5 years, what does that look like for you?
So the next 5 years, I'll probably most likely be finishing college. I'll finish with my bachelor's degree in PE education. And then what I'll do with that is become a gym teacher and go back to college to get my master's. I think it's sports management and sports administration to become an athletic director. And then that'll be like in like the next 8 years. But the goal will be in the athletic director is to give the next generations what I didn't have. So, you know, it may seem like I have a lot right now, but the things that I didn't have, that's what I'll want to give to the next generation. And then just trying to give them what I didn't have and trying to get as many kids that I can to college.
Mr. Grimes, I
Absolutely.
can tell you, hey, I'm gonna holler at you off.
That's what I call Zeal talk right there. That's
that is.
passion.
Hey, Rad, man, we got to make sure
Absolutely.
I connect directly with Mr. Grimes, man, because we got at least talk LSU. There's a lot of great schools. Even if it's not at LSU, I would love to put you in touch with some of my friends that's working higher education. So I'll have to make sure to highlight you off wax one-on-one because we got you got a great head on your shoulders, and LSU will be lucky to have you.
I appreciate it. And can I just give a little shout out to my mom? She in the background right now.
Sure.
Gotta shout out moms. Give mom some love.
My mom, she's like my rock. My dad passed away when I was 6, so she kind of been playing the role of dad and mom. And like, you probably think like she's a girl mom, but no, she has all boys. She's always tough on me. If I have a bad game, miss a tackle, she get rough with me. So my mom definitely play a big role in this, big role in my recruiting, and just always doing the best for me. Because where me and her came from, and where we at now, we proud to say where we came from. So I just want to give a little shout out to my mom. Shout out to you, Mom.
Hey,
your mom's name. Let me say your mom's name so we all know. Your mom is
Mama.
My mom is Lily McIntyre, aka Shorty, or aka Holla Back.
There you go. And what's your pick for next for Super Bowl Sunday? How you think it's going? Who you got in Super Bowl Sunday?
Ooh, that's a good one. I love Christian McCaffrey, but I just gotta see Mahomes win his third one. I think it'd be Chiefs 38-35.
Wow, greatness! You rooting for greatness this Sunday?
Yeah, I got you.
And I yourself, you can root for greatness. That's what I'm talking about.
I love that, man. To me, I hope you're watching that L'Jarius Sneed, man. That's somebody. He didn't look that good. He looked just all right as a cornerback, but man, you watch him now. His technique, his hands, his footwork. That kid been on the ladder. So I hope you watching his game because he's a great cornerback, whether they say it or not. Nationally, he's a great corner. Hey, watch him, Mr. Grimes, man, and I think that'll help elevate your game as well.
Oh yes, sir. Sneed a baller. He made All Pro this past season, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
But yeah, I've been seeing Sneed. My biggest highlight was when I seen Sneed put Tyreek to the ground, and I was like, oh snap!
You gonna bring that up to a Dolphins fan, huh?
Come on, yeah. Right on time.
That's right. And who do you pattern your game after?
I really like Stephon Gilmore. He just played the game so clean. Like, when I'm at the line, when I'm pressing against a receiver, normally you'll get physical. I get physical with big and fast guys, but Stephon Gilmore, like, he just plays it so clean. He's so patient at the line. He knows when to put his hands on, when to take them off, how to play the ball in the air. So I like Gilmore, and then I also like prime Josh Norman, 2015 Josh Norman.
Oh wow, vintage.
He was just so physical and so athletic, man. You know how to make a play on the ball, and he liked to talk too. I like
yeah. That Giants Carolina game, I still remember that. Josh Norman versus Odell when they both were really in their prime, man. Josh Norman, I used to live in Charlotte, so it was cool to see Cam and Josh Norman really handle that with an older Steve Smith. So I love that. Hey, just want to know who was the toughest competition? We got high school cats, players, and coaches that come through our show regularly. Who was the toughest matchup for you, either individually or as a team of ballers that you faced so far in high school?
Ooh, the toughest. Okay, the toughest. The toughest matchup individually. I don't want to sound cocky, but I don't think I've never had a toughest matchup, but I'll probably say that the guy that gave me the most problems was probably Sam Pucci from Fairport, the wide receiver. And the guy that gave the team the most problem was Darion Battle, running back from Aquinas. So okay. Sam Pucci's big, tall guy. He's nice and quiet. I try to talk to him. He don't talk back. But we all know who each other is. And Sam Pucci hit me with this one route, and I was like, ooh, yeah, he good. And Darion Battle, when we played them Aquinas, he was just rushing all over our defense. So yeah, Darion Battle and Sam Pucci.
Got it.
All
That is
right.
great, man. That's great. My man, I love you say he hit you with that ooh-wah, he hit you with that one route. You was like, oh, okay. All right. So that's respect. And that's what it's all about, competition. So I hope I'm not sure if Pucci's a junior or a senior, but hopefully you get a chance to face him again, either on the high school level or even collegiately. And I hope you'll be ready for that next round, and you keep on growing that. Even if he hit you with that ooh-wee, you'll be ready for it because he's so athletic. He's so on the balls of your feet and ready to go.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
No doubt.
Great. Thank you, Marquand Grimes from Edison Tech. Thank you so much for coming on the show this morning for our high school update, and look forward to having you back again, probably as we get back toward the summer and fall season, Marquand. Thank you so much for coming on Real Deal Sports Show.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you for having me.
All right, take care. And next up, before we move into our NBA segment, award-winning Miriam Rivera Insurance Agency, Farmers Insurance Agency, Auto, Home, Health, and Life Insurance, 1038 Lyle Avenue or 511 Bean Road, Suite B, or call 585-360-0094. Get your insurance from Miriam Rivera. Free price quote. If she can save the Rad Man and his family a lot of money, I guarantee you she can save you and your family some money as well. So give her an opportunity. 585-360-0094. And Challenger Community News, Western New York's largest weekly African-American newspaper. Pick us up each week. Challenger Community News, most businesses in the community. Read about Rochester's Kiera Warren, young history maker. She's the first Care Council's first Black board chair, as she makes history as Child Care Council's first Black board chair. So check it out. Check out that article. The Eastman School of Music having a Martin Luther Emma Black History Month, a brighter day coming up, February 12th. Check it out. Check out Challenger Community News each week in the community. And now let's get to our NBA segment.
No doubt, no doubt. Hey, well, we're going to go ahead. And I know my man J-GILLZ, I'm going to let him define his list, but I'm going to go ahead and really talk to him about and let you say his top 5 list. For this list is all about top NBA players 25 and under. Top NBA players 25 and under. So who we got? J-GILLZ with his number 5, and again he'll explain it next week. He got LaMelo Ball in the number 5 spot, point guard for the Charlotte Hornets. Golly, I tried to watch Charlotte. That's like a high school basketball team, man, and some nights, man. But LaMelo Ball is a great player. LaMelo number 5. He got Tyrese Maxey coming off his 51-point game against Utah. Tyrese Maxey is number 4. Number 3, the Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards, shooting guard, small forward coming out of Minnesota Timberwolves. He got number 2, Ja Morant. Okay. Ja, as talented as they can be, but man, he got some issues going on. And then he got number 1, Luka Doncic, as his top 5 players, 25 and under. So again, for J-GILLZ, he got him and going from 5 to 1. He has them going LaMelo Ball, Tyrese Maxey, Anthony Edwards, Ja Morant, Luka Doncic. Come on. I know y'all, we love lists here. Let us know y'all list. Shout out to us. I know Passport to Wonderlist, you always on here talking that good stuff to us. So let us know. I'm going to let you know my list now, 25 and under. I go, for me, in reverse order. I got Anthony Edwards in my number 5 spot. I got Luka Doncic, to me, number 4 in my spot. Luka do too much complaining, a great offensive talent. I just don't know if he's really a winning player. So Luka's number 4 for me. Ant-Man's number 5. I like Tyrese Halliburton at number 3. That boy is a monster. Been saying that coming out of Iowa State. I got Jason Tatum as number 2. Jason Tatum, a great player, talented. I'm just always worried about in moments like Thursday night against the Lakers, the undermanned Lakers team. Hey, man, Jason Tatum's supposed to go for 50 and an emphatic win against the Lakers with no Anthony Davis and no LeBron James. But and Jason Tatum's an amazing player out of Duke, number 2 for me. But my number 1 guy, 25 and under, I love him, man. He got a super long name, and he play in the middle of nowhere, but he got these 3 letters. They go by SGA, and that's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, playing for the Oklahoma City Thunder. That's my number 1 guy, 25 and under. His game's so silky smooth at a point guard position. I think he can really lead. That Boston team is loaded. So Jason Tatum is going to get further in the playoffs, and I count playoff success in my top 5, 25 and under. But that SGA, man, he leading a young squad with a bunch of babies, and they are really elevating and really doing their thing in the tough Western Conference. Oklahoma City is going to be something to see. I'm excited to see SGA in the pressure of a playoff series. But I think SGA is that dude. So SGA is my number 1 25 and under player. I got Jason Tatum at the number 2 spot. I got Tyrese Halliburton at the number 3 spot. I got Luka Doncic at number 4. Some people may see that as low. Come debate me. Let's have that conversation. And I got my man, the Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards at the number 5 spot. So my honorable mention, hey, I know y'all people not watching Orlando Magic, man, they balling this year. Check him out, man. And that's led by Paolo Banchero. So he's 21, honorable mention. And I got a shout out again, Detroit. What's happening, man? Let's go, Detroit. I like Cade Cunningham, the motorcade. Now he got a little bit of knee injury. I'm hoping that he's all right with that. But
he stay hurt, man. That dude stay on the shelf too much, man. Every time I turn the game on, they say he's out because of something, and he be sitting there looking clean, man. That brother can dress on. I tell you one thing, that brother got a wardrobe, man. He look good on the sideline.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. But hey, when he plays, he been playing regularly. He's back playing. Motorcade or Cade Cunningham, man, he's doing his thing, man. So, well, yeah, Detroit don't give you much reason to watch besides our man Isaiah Stewart. Shout out to him. Hey, I try and watch Miami with our boy Thomas Bryant. They need to give him more minutes. But going back to Detroit, the only real reason to watch for us, Isaiah Stewart, and I like the motorcade, man. Cade Cunningham, honorable mention, him and Paolo Banchero. But I've been really pleasantly surprised. It's about time. Orlando been a terrible team for so long. Orlando's about time with all them draft picks that you've done something. So I'm glad to see Orlando doing their thing.
And it can be done with draft picks. I mean, that's the way it used to be in the NBA before everybody wanted to play with each other and try to make these dream teams and all of this. And that's the way it used to be done through the draft. I'm glad to see the NBA is getting back to the draft, and you're seeing a lot of good young talent all over spread out throughout the league. Which is, but what happened to defense? There's no defense, man. Hey, if you want to call the show, area code 585-595-1055, 595-1055, area code 585. Give a call in. We're going to probably get time to take 1 or 2 callers before we leave the air today. If you got questions on anything that you heard in the world of sports. But yeah, these scores are almost like ABA, American Basketball Association, the other pro league. Nobody's playing defense. They let Luka. One team just watched Luka just go down and score at will a week or so ago. That was ridiculous. The Atlanta Hawks. They were standing around. How are you watching the dude, man? You're supposed to be trying to knock him down or block his shot, or what's going on with the no defensive league, Fanatic?
Yeah, man, it is. It's something, man. It really is. The defense is definitely really optional these days. It really is that way. But I can definitely tell you, man, when you watch these games, it's a lot more free flowing. People no hand checking, people moving free throughout the team, throughout the time. But it really is. I've never seen the skill at this time. We don't even talk about Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's like, we done been there, done that. To think about you, 6'11", can handle the block like a guard, that can shoot the three, pull up, dribble, create, assist. Man, it is. Man, the NBA is as skilled as it's ever been before. You got to be a really talented player to play in today's NBA. The skills definitely are a little off-putting to some people, but this is where we are. And I don't think it's going back, because really what I'm seeing on the collegiate game, and we're going to touch a minute real quick on the collegiate game, they're still getting younger and younger. We're getting one and dones, but now that's how it has been. But now we're getting more and more, still the younger cats coming out, more G League, Ignite stuff, 18, 19-year-olds. But college basketball is getting a little bit older. Cats are staying a little bit longer. So I'm excited to see if maybe some of these older cats now start getting drafted. How does that affect the NBA game? But it's a lot going on. And it's a lot of great players. You talk about, Kevin Durant was that guy, the first creative player. Now you got a Chet Holmgren who's balling out for Oklahoma City. And now you got the total creative player, the freak, man, Victor Wembanyama, who's out here doing his thing for the Spurs, even though the Spurs are horrible. But Victor Wembanyama is an amazing player. And I think he truly has earned an all-star nod. He's really great. great young player.
Fanatic, how do you feel about with the mainstream media? You hear the talking heads on the mainstream. They're saying that the European players, the international players, are the better players than the American players in the NBA currently. How do you respond to that?
Yeah, I mean, man, I think you could say that it looks like that at the heavy top because you got now. Unfortunately, I love the Tyrese Maxey getting 51. Why did he have to get 51? Because Joel Embiid from Cameroon, a torn meniscus. My man just can't stay healthy, man. He just big, man, and just jumping in there. So I know we got a caller, so I'm gonna go to that. Go ahead.
Yeah, we have a caller. Let's hear it from you, caller.
The B1055, you're live on the air. Who's this?
This is Marcus Wilson. I was just calling in regards because I know y'all love football and everything, but we would like to hear y'all talk about the kids that are coming up in the amateur boxing world. You know, USA boxing. We got a kid like Giovanni Wilson that boxes at Nasty Knuckles in Rochester, New York. You know, 4-time national world champion. You know, these kids is going to fight for the next in the next 4 years to the Olympic trials.
Yeah, I tell you what, can you leave your number with Backspin and we'll follow up with you. I'll be glad to follow up with you during the week and definitely get to have you at some of these boxers on because you're right. Charles Murray has a boxing school program and I see them over at Baton Street. A lot of times when I'm working out in the gym, they got a young lady there too that's on the Olympic team as well, going out for the Olympic team. Man, this young girl got a lefty. She's lefty and man, very good. Discombobulating. Henry Jones mentioned her to me as well a while ago.
Yeah, definitely. Her name is Jiria.
Okay.
She boxes for Rochester. For Nasty Knuckles. You know, she's very good too. She's number 8 in the country. You know what I mean? Giovanni Wilson is number 3 in the country. You know.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate your call. Leave your number with Backspin, and I'm telling you, I'll get in contact. I'll get in contact with you later today, so we can set something up to have some of these young boxers. Because you're right, we do need to add. We talk sports of all sorts, and boxing is definitely a sport, and we definitely gonna have them on. Thank you for your call.
Yep,
absolutely.
No doubt. Boxing, one of those sports, Brad, man, it's still a great sport. It's on the highest level, it's messed up because it's not the UFC and they don't make the best fight the best. But man, boxing is such a great sport. I remember back when I was coming up, man.
Hello.
All right, my name is Marcus Wilson. My number is 585-625.
Rabbit, you get his music.
7400. And I'm a USA boxing coach as well.
There it is.
Okay, we got
Marcus Wilson, Marcus.
Great. And that's 62 what? What's that number?
And that number 585-625-7400.
Absolutely.
All right, I'll get this to George Radney.
All right.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate you.
Likewise, my brother. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Yes,
indeed. Thank you, man.
Sure.
Yep.
Peace.
All right. Yep. All right.
There you go. There you go. Just call the show. Let us know. We'll make it happen right here. Real Deal Sports Show. That's what we're about. Talking sports of all sorts, and we love
the people what they want.
That's right. Giving the people what they want, and what they want next week. Fanatic will be live in Las Vegas, Nevada, at the Mandalay Bay Resort and Convention Center, broadcasting live throughout the week. Check us out throughout the week. We're going to have all kinds of guests on. Now T-Pain looks like could be joining us on Tuesday out there for interview time. We got a lot of other not only rappers but also Kevin Gates. Look like he's been confirmed as well. So we got not only artists, rappers, all kinds of artists, but the Hall of Fame football players as well. The Jerry Rices, all the so it's sports of all sorts for real. Next week going down in Las Vegas, Nevada. Check us out on YouTube, Real Deal Sports Show on YouTube, Facebook, the whole 9 yards. Fanatic, what you gonna say about next week coming up?
Hey man, we're excited for it. But before we get to next week, I'm loving. We don't watch and talk a lot about college basketball. Man, I watched Syracuse for the first time, and I was like, "Where the 2-3 defense?" Yeah, they don't play 2-3 defense anymore. That 2-3 zone at Syracuse. But today's a great action. I know a friend of the show down there covering everything Houston. From Max's Corner, man. Houston at Kansas. Today's rivalry weekend. You got Duke at Carolina later tonight. You got Houston and Kansas, Iowa State, Baylor, Tennessee at Kentucky. Take a day and take some time to watch some college basketball. It's some great action, some great young men playing the game. Like you mentioned, the Senior Bowl, 12 o'clock here for Central Time, 1 o'clock and there in the East on the NFL Network. But most importantly, women's basketball. Juju Watkins, USC, they beat Stanford yesterday. She scored 51, Rad, man.
Really?
51.
Wow.
She went from 51 in the college game. Go ahead, Juju Watkins. So out here doing her thing. LSU women, something don't look right. Something's amiss.
Y'all got beat down in
right.
Mississippi. They jumped y'all up there in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, man. It went down, man.
Yeah, it's time. I don't know if it's all the NIL or the commercials. I don't know. But to me, Angel Reese is still the best player, but she's not playing like the best player. And if she's a little distracted, totally understandable. She got a lot of money coming in. Anissa Morrow, we're rocking at 24, should be our one. And then we get Angel Reese to close the deal for us. Flo J trying to find her role. Michaela, our point guard, number one player out of Bossier City. Man, LSU win. We still got a lot going on, but something's not right. Chemistry's not right, and you can see it. So we're excited to see how this gets ready to go to March.
Sounds like you're going to have to figure it out. You're going to have to talk to Kim Mulkey, get that straight down there in the bayou.
I'll be at the game. I'll be at the game, and I'll report live for you. I'll let you know what's going on. In 2 weeks, I'll be at a game, so I'll let you know, Rad, man.
Syracuse, we got Rochester's own Diasia Fair. We hope to get her on the show later on, too, down the road. Went over 3,000 points, became the 16th woman in Division I basketball. Edison Tech graduate. I remember watching her at Edison Tech. Now this young lady shooting the lights out. Had a great game against Louisville. They did lose to Louisville the other night, Syracuse. Syracuse is like number 21 in the country in women's basketball. And that just shows you to the coach and the players that she has there. Diasia Fair has been outstanding for Syracuse University. So we congratulate and salute her for doing such a fine job to get over 3,000 points and score. And she still lighting them up as the season goes on. So we really enjoy watching her. And now we hear the music backspin coming in. Hey, next week, Las Vegas. Hey, it's gonna be a big week. A lot of interviews we'll have on the show next Saturday morning. We're gonna give you the best of what took place during the week in Las Vegas, Nevada, at Mandalay Bay Resorts and Casino.
I gotta say, I'm jealous, Rad, man. You and the Mighty Opa, man. Y'all visit Super Bowl Row every year, man. It must be fun to get down there with them players, and I know how excited that they are just to be there and to play in that big game. And it's got to be fun and exciting for you guys as well.
Oh, it is. Number 16 for myself. Number 24 for Mighty Oba. J-GILLZ coming down as well.
Nice.
So J-GILLZ is getting baptized in it as well. And it is. It never gets boring. It's always excitement, and the excitement is building. And it's looking forward to a great game and also a great week of interviews and networking. It's almost like you went on that cruise. This is a football conference where you go and you got breakout rooms and you got all kinds of people speaking in different rooms in the whole 9 yards, talking football and the whole safety, the whole 9 yards. So looking forward to the week coming up in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Sweet. You guys have a great one, man, and enjoy the Super Bowl. Fanatic, we'll see you next week, my brother. Enjoy the New Orleans weather, man.
You know we ready for it. You know we ready for you down here in the bayou, man. Come see us, man. Come see us.
As soon as I can, my brother. As soon as I can. Y'all know what it is. Real Deal Sports Show every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. right here on the Beat 105.5. Keep it where you need it. Rock City on the way. It's the Bag of Time Mix Show with your man's Backspin right here on the Beat.